This video contains content that may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Use this forced free time to open up and free your mind. In life, you are fed so much information. Most of this information you will forget, and there's only time that will bring it back up. As the saying goes, I forgot more than you'll ever know. It was prophesied that there would be the end of time, and people looked at the Mayan calendar as that date for the end of time. 2000. When 2000 came, it was the end of the world as we knew it. Things just changed from the normal way of us doing things. The way we travel on airplanes, how we view each other socially, homosexuality, the type of people we would choose as leaders. We've had the first black president, and we have the first, I don't know what you would call Donald Trump, but his wife, we know what type of work she does. Have you ever saw one of those movies where they crash this computer by feeding it so much information and confusing information? The same thing is happening with us today. All of this negative and confusing information has made us stop to try to figure out this damn problem. And how do we go forward from this problem? And most of these problems start with man. How can man stop the next pandemic before it starts? Well, one way you can stop it is by stop experimenting with these viruses. That's the main way. I mean, the virus has been dormant for years, and you're going to bring it back to life, and somehow or another it sneaks out the laboratory and infects everyone. The best way to stop a pandemic is to stop experimenting with these viruses that probably will never come out unless you unleash it. That little guy, Fauci, I do not trust him. You know, when your spirit leads you not to trust a person and says something is up with that person, something is up with that person. And I do not trust Fauci. He looks like one of these evil German scientists or something. Now, something's up with this guy. And I do not trust Fauci at all. And the most reason why I don't trust him because he works for the biggest liar in America, Donald Trump. You know, the way they're talking about African Americans doing drugs and alcohol and tobacco, all this type of crazy mess, and that's the reason why they're catching this coronavirus. If that is the case, why aren't there just bodies of homeless people laid out on the streets who we know drinks, does drugs, uses tobacco? Why aren't there just bodies of homeless people laid out everywhere? Because we just don't believe you. We don't believe that there's an actual pandemic. We believe that there's a bad flu going around, but not to the magnitude of what you are describing it. Now they are talking about the pandemic could cause famines of biblical proportions. That is because you put a cap on how much food is produced. I used to work at Minute Maid Park downtown. I was supervising the NC kitchen. And I noticed how much food they threw away every damn game. And I'm like, well, why don't you give it to these homeless people that's hanging around on the outskirts of downtown? They'll eat the food. Well, if we give it to them, they might get sick and they might sue. That is their excuse. But to say that there is not enough food, that is just a big flat out lie. You throw away food every day. Look at all these damn restaurants around the world and how much food they throw away every day. And you tell me that people are going to start starving? If it is because you won't give them no food. Here in Houston, a few years ago, they made it a law that you cannot feed the homeless. You have to have these permits. You got to have health cards just to feed the homeless. So if there is going to be any type of famines in the land, it is going to be a forced famine. I guarantee you, the government has plenty of food stored up, locked up, while they are forcing people out of jobs, forcing companies out of business, forcing people to become beggars. Because there's nowhere in the world your money is going to last. I don't care how much money you have. If they stop printing money, you got to spend it sooner or later. Every dollar you spend, that's a dollar you've lost. Till sooner or later, you're going to lose it all. Then what? The CDC director warns second wave of coronavirus is likely to be even more devastating. So I guess they're going to try to come up with some other type of way to spread this damn disease. Because no one has actually said how it spreads. When it got on this one person, how did it just spread out so fast? Unless this stuff is being intentionally placed in certain areas around the world. It's just hard to believe anything these damn people have to say because they always lie. And what they're saying just doesn't sound believable. You're not stupid. Well, how do you catch this coronavirus? Well, a person, they spread it by coughing or sneezing. Well, suppose a person isn't coughing or sneezing. Well, you have two types, asymptomatic and symptomatic. A person could be sick from it, but not showing any signs. Might not never show signs, but they still carry the virus, and they can spread the virus like that. Yeah, it's just a bunch of crock. I'm just surprised that people will actually believe that. Oh, a person walking around here, he's asymptomatic. He might not show signs of it, but he got it. That don't make no damn sense, man. Yeah, I said, if it was so bad, they should not even have a homeless population anymore. Because they should have got it and have died from it because they don't have the money to get the medical treatment. It should be bodies of dead. It should be bodies of homeless people all across America. But that is not happening. Now, I haven't actually seen how they perform the procedures of giving people this test for the coronavirus. But if this is what it involves, count me out, man. Count me out. This reminds me of something like that movie, The Mummy, where a lady was describing how they stick this thing up to your nose, up into your brain, and pull your brains out through your nose. I'm quite sure there's a much easier way to test a person for this coronavirus than to stick a damn Q-tip down the back of their fucking head. I don't think you have to do all that. And if you don't get the coronavirus, your ass is going to get something. They're going to dig up something, digging that for up your damn brain. Suppose the doctor gets to digging this Q-tip up your nose and have a twitch or something, fly might bother him or something, jig that thing up your nose. Hey, man, I wouldn't trust that for nothing in the world. And people, because they have a little snivels, you're going to go and get this damn test performed? You people are a bunch of damn idiots. I think I remember them saying that the coronavirus loves the cold but doesn't like the heat. But from looking at these numbers up in Alaska, it seems to me that they don't like the cold very much, but love the heat. I mean, these people are steady playing, they're having guesswork, they really don't understand. Maybe they do understand, they're just stringing Americans along because most Americans are ignorant and won't believe anything that they say in print. So they just say anything just to get you out of their face. You may not like what I am about to say, but I have noticed that The places that were involved in the enslavement of the melanated people are being hit hard by this coronavirus. I mean, Canada, America, Russia, China, Europe. I mean, it's hammering those people hard. But the countries like, the continent of Africa, I think there was only like 20 cases across the whole continent of Africa, 20,000. And it isn't hitting. Mexico is not hit hard either. And as well as South America. But these other places that were involved in that slave trade, they are getting hammered. Hammer time. Let's look at Rome. You know, Julius Caesar. They're the ones that took out Jesus and stuff. They're the ones that started this gangster shit. So they got hit pretty hard too. It's been ravaged. When I last checked, they had 178,000 confirmed cases and 23,000 deaths. Still small compared to the number of the melanated people that they killed, but we're just going to add their numbers up. Just look at the numbers of these countries that was involved in the slave trade. Look how they're being hit now by nature. You know, Spain played a big role, and Portugal, they played a big role in the slave trade. Look at that, Spain, they getting hit hard too. Almost 20,000 thus far. You see, the Portuguese, they're getting pimp slapped too. That's why I say, man, this is something biblical. This is something that people don't understand. And whether man brought it along or it was just something that nature brought along, people have to realize that God is involved in all of this. God allows people to be in charge, and he allows people to be taken out of power. And the way things are going, there will be none of them left to be in power. So I guess we will just be in power by default. Now here in America, they're talking about this stimulus package, where they're supposed to send money to all of these working Americans. But black people are still having problems getting money. And see, people don't realize you're going through this for a reason. It's because of how you treat black people, the melanated people of this planet, the true people of this planet. And during this pandemic, you still find ways to mistreat God's children. And that will not be allowed. As you look at these numbers that they print from the coronavirus cases, the whiter the country, the larger the numbers. The darker the country, the lesser the numbers. I didn't print this. Y'all printed this. But I just can't help noticing the obvious. And this goes out to all my melanated brothers and sisters outside of America. Be careful. You better watch these people coming into your countries talking about helping you. Since when have they ever helped you? They have never did anything but hurt you. That's all they ever done. So why would you trust them now? When your country is not being affected by this coronavirus, you're going to allow them in to infect your country. Don't do it. When they keep emphasizing social distancing, hey, social distance yourself from them. That's the only way. As long as you don't have them around you, you won't get sick. But if you allow them to come in because you see some money or opportunity, you will be infected. I was just listening to some report. I'm going to let you listen to it yourself.
Well, it could be bad, and it is bad already. We're already seeing the symptoms and the beginning of the spread in Africa, which is going to be catastrophic. I mean, you've seen the disruption in some of the most sophisticated supply chain countries in the world, like the United States, and you can imagine if you have a problem there, what you're going to have in the most fragile environments or economies in the world, like in Africa. And so we had just come out incidentally or coincidentally with a report of last year's severe food shortage or the severe food insecurity for people, 135 million people literally marching toward the brink of starvation, and now compound that with COVID, we're looking at the possibility of 265 million people marching toward the brink of starvation, and this will be an absolute catastrophe.
How in the hell can the richest, most plentiful continent on this planet suffer from starvation? I'm not one of these ignorant people. I understand that the people that they show on television, starving, bloated bellies, living out in the desert, that is a result of war. That is not because the people are ignorant, don't know how to plant food. They were forced out into the desert. That is a result of war. The problems that people are experiencing in Africa have been caused by other people, invaders, colonizers, the Europeans. And I'm going to tell you, it just throws me back every time I watch some news with some white people coming to Africa and I see Africans smiling, giggling and dancing. That is so, I just don't understand that to save my damn life. Why you people still do that? Why do you allow these people into your country to use you? These evil people come into these foreign countries, spread some type of disease. Now here they come with some other people talking about, oh, we got the cure for it. And then you sticking your damn arm out for your race, your lineage to be wiped out. You know, I have to keep reminding myself of this one thing, is that some people are just going to be removed from this planet in order for black people to move forward. Because you have people out there that are holding us back. The leaders of these African nations that allow their people to be used as guinea pigs for some money, that allow these invaders to take the land and give the people nothing, that allow their people to just starve, the type of leaders that will allow their neighbor's land to be invaded. Because when they invade your neighbor's land, they're coming for yours next. Unless you want to play this coon, sell your people out game, which most of them are. These people have to be removed from this planet. And maybe these pandemics and diseases are a way for these people to get the hell up out of here. Because they are holding us back. The same thing here in America. You have these black politicians and local leaders that are holding the people back because they are being paid to misinform the people. These black doctors and physicians that they prop up in front of the cameras that they claim to be experts are nothing but pawns. We're in this country to where, we just kind of do as we please without really focusing on the consequences. And when it comes to our health, we eat bad. And if you notice, when you eat bad, you feel bad. When you eat good, you feel good. These sweets and all these other things that they make for us to eat at these little convenience stores that cost a nickel and a quarter and $1, those things are made to make us sick and to make your body host for these damn diseases. But when you eat healthy and good, you don't get sick. You watch everybody else being sick. I've noticed that you have a few people that want to call me a racist. I am not a racist. I am a person that points out the obvious. And the obvious thing that I see is that black people are getting the shield. Blacks have yet to receive reparations for what our ancestors and what we are going through today. We have not received any compensation for it. But you want to compensate Asians? You want to compensate illegal immigrants? You want to compensate everyone except blacks. And now during this pandemic, when everyone is supposed to receive some type of compensation for something that is beyond our control, they are still finding ways to not give money to blacks. Regardless of what you might print or post or air about blacks and how you're trying to make black people the face of this damn coronavirus that started in Wuhan, China, we the people are not going to let you do that. You're just not going to get away with that. You're not going to use us as guinea pigs. You're not going to use Jerome James and Kids Meek and all these other clowns to try to get us to take your damn dope. We don't want your dope. This damn drug that Donald Trump was talking about everybody taking, well, I found out that drug has killed more people than it have helped. You must free your mind so that you can think clearly. People are thinking like children. They're not thinking as adults. They're not thinking rationally. You know, we're moving into this cashless society. The problems that I have with a cashless society where all your money is on this damn card. You piss off the wrong person, all your money is being frozen. You cannot access your funds. And look at this damn stimulus check. They say if you owe child support, you can't get your money. If you going through these banks with this direct deposit, if you owe the banks any money, the banks can take out their money. You know, the Bible, like I say, man, it's a good information. It's good for information. We've been here before. Where they trying to make this one world government. Everybody is one. They tried that with the Tower of Babel, and that failed. This is going to fail as well. Because you have all these evil people around the world that are collaborating on how to take over and control the masses of people on this planet. And what's really so sad about this is that the police, the military, they are assisting, they're really the ones that's protecting these evil people. I mean, after about years of seeing this thing and people in the military, you had to be a certain type of stupid to join the fucking military. Especially black people, because the first thing that come out their mouth is they was fighting for their country, when they know damn well this is not their country. Do the wrong thing, they will show their asses that this is not their country. I don't know how many veterans I know that had to fight to get their money that they deserved. The money that was owed to them, they had to go fight and get these damn lawyers to get their damn money. And then when they get the money, they might live 5 or 6 years later. They know. That's why I don't believe in these drugs, because when they give these drugs, this stuff got a time limit in it. Time limit on your damn life, to where this drug is going to attack your organs. Before all these damn drugs and vaccines and shit came out, I distinctly remember seeing old people, 110, 111, a lot of them. But now, you don't see them anymore. Because somewhere around those damn 60s, they started giving the children and people these damn vaccinations. And all of a sudden now, everyone is getting cancer. You better think about it. Free your damn mind. You know, if you want to avoid catching this coronavirus, you have to eat and you have to live healthy. They're not explaining this right. I mean, the days of letting somebody hit your liquor, or giving them a shot of your cigarette, or you accepting a shot from someone, or you hitting some drugs behind someone, those days are over, because you don't know what these people have. They might have hepatitis, tuberculosis, or some type of bad cold or flu that you will catch. So you have to live healthy, and we have to eat healthy. Junk foods, we have to take that out of our, because I'm going to tell you, man, as a person that I can taste the difference in the way the food is compared to in the 60s and 70s compared to now. They've changed the ingredients. They don't taste with the shit. And it makes you sick now. Nothing is natural everything is processed sugar. When they had their last outbreak of this Ebola, everybody was scared of Africans. They were talking about Africa. But now that this Chinese coronavirus deal, everybody don't want, you can't say nothing about China like that. No. This didn't come out. America brought this to China. How the hell is that, man? When, like I said, them soldiers in China, they watch Americans like a hawk. For the Asian people out there that maybe, hey man, this guy talk about Asian people. It's not me. I didn't create this. I didn't create the story that it came out of Wuhan, China. I didn't create that. I have no other, only sensible person would say, hey man, if it started in Wuhan, China, and people are leaving China, coming back to America, and now all of a sudden it's America, I mean, obviously, the Chinese had to bring it here. That's not me saying that. That's common sense saying that. I'm tired of black people always want to join in on everyone's fight. I heard Al Sharpton, somebody talking about the black and brown. Why come the brown don't never support the black on what the blacks are fighting for? Why the blacks always got to support the brown on what they trying to get? We trying to get our reparations. No one ever says, hey, get a black man his reparations. No one. So stop asking us for help, and you coon-ass leaders could try and make it look like that we try to help them, because we are not. From what I see, when the Asians come to the Americans, the Asians say Asians first. When the immigrants come to America, the immigrants say immigrants first. It is time for blacks to say, hey, black first. We understand your pain, but we got to take care of our business first. And what should be our main priority? Our survival. Now, I am cool with other races of people. I'm cool with people that think outside the box. So I'm just not one-sided in my thinking. But even though I see some of my brothers and sisters out here wilding out, I still love them because they are my brothers and sisters, and I understand why they act the way they do. I understand the system that created the environment for them to act the way they do. To all the melanated people across this planet, I'm sending you love, peace, and soul. We are going to beat this. Let them continue to create these numbers, and let them continue to try to eliminate us, which will in turn cause them to eliminate themselves. Their time is just about up, and blacks across this planet are waking up. And we have to remember this one thing, is that the race is not given to the fastest or the swiftest, but to the one who endureth to the end.